Is this how you want your log samples to look? Then make sure to follow this simple step-by-step guide on how to prepare for your next log sampling session. So let's go. If you're not completely new to the game, you should have a Maestro, and the first step here is to make sure your Maestro has points in the right hand of action talent, and that they have a higher shopping level than the character doing the sample for the talent to take effect. Set your skilling preset as active, and level up all relevant talents as much as possible. Prioritize these first, as they have the most impact on your sample size. A quick heads up, some talents effects are based on the amount of material in your storage chest, so make sure not to use these materials for any last minute upgrades before you sample. For equipment, I will show you the most optimal loadout, so if you're missing any items, just equip the best gear you have. You're looking for equipment that provides either shopping or all skill efficiency, skilling or all AFK gains, and anything that provides the whiz stat. For armor, aim for the Marbiglass set for that plus all stat bonus, except for the boots, where you will want your shop efficiency boots instead. Then get your highest tier weapon, a divine scarf and 2 0-point stopwatches. For tools, use the best ones you have, ideally the god shard ones, except in the pickaxe slot, where you will want a skewered snake pick for its shop efficiency boost. It's also very important to place smithing stones on all gear and tools to maximize the whiz stat. Moving on to the specials tab, aka the pay to win tab. Go for the Giftmas Snoozy Cap, the Master of Nothing trophy, the Timeless Watch and the Nightshade name tag. You will also want a pair of Time Canny chains and the Equinox Shattering. Then that should cover it for equipment. Now on to the different foods. For golden food, you only need grilled cheese nomwitches and the dumplings. And for boosting foods, use the saucy log fries, which can be crafted, and the chognogs, which are obtained from seasonal events like Christmas and Easter. The optimal card setup should have the Amarok card in the first slot and a Chaotic Troll card in the last, so that the black chips in the laboratory double their effect. This also assumes you have unlocked the passive skilling cards from the Rift in World 4. If you don't have any of these cards, or are missing the Rift unlock, prioritize cards that grant skilling efficiency, AFK gains, or just plain whiz in that order. For card sets, it may be worth switching between them until you find the most effective one. In most cases, the Easy Resources card set will be your best option. However, in some situations, the Yum Yum Desert set might be better, thanks to its food effect boost. The tier of your card set should also be considered when determining the best choice. These are all the star signs you should have active, even if you have enough infinite star sign points to keep the effects permanent. They will only be doubled by the lab ship if they're also set as active. For Obols, you will want to fill both your personal tab and the family tab with these Obols to get the most value. Oh, and don't forget to reroll all your Obols to enhance their stats even further. If you don't own the Sheepy Companion, equip the Multo logo bubble and the Big P bubble, otherwise you can skip this step. In World 3, you'll want to equip the Skill Dimwit and Zerg Rushagen Prayer, and if you're a low to mid game player, it might also be beneficial to use the Royal Sampler Prayer and trade some EXP gains for bigger samples. The game limits you to a maximum of 90% printer sample rate, which can be viewed in the Construction Skill tab. If you're already at 90% without the prayer, then there's no reason to use it. In the lab, equip all 4 orange Silk Road chips, the 2 black chips, and the Conductive Processor chip. Just a quick reminder, ensure that your cards are equipped in the correct slots, and that the correct star signs are active. If you're like me and still haven't rolled a Doot Companion, you'll want to do the following to maximize your samples. Link the snake to the character doing the sampling for the major all AFK gains boost, and link the goat to your other characters to provide more minor all AFK gains boosts. Remember, if you have Arctis linked on any of your characters, you'll need to physically place them in the lab and connect them to ensure you don't miss any important bonuses there. Now, let's move over to the map with the resources you want to sample for the final preparations. First, place down the Primordial Shrine if you don't have global shrines unlocked, otherwise you can skip this step. Activate the Log on Logs talent and ensure it's always active when you're taking a sample. Up next, it's time to temporarily boost your stats through a process called Snapshotting. But don't worry, it's really simple. Here's how it works. Boost your mana as much as possible using cards and other sources. Then, open the Alchemy tab through the Quick Ref menu and your stats will be saved even after you change your setup. So equip these cards and activate the Yum Yum Desert card set. Change your equipment to pieces that provides more whiz and all stats that will provide more mana. And once you're ready, open the alchemy tab and close it again to save your stats. These stats will remain saved until you open the alchemy tab again or reload the map. Just to demonstrate the noticeable difference, here are my logs per hour without snapshotting, and here they are with snapshotting. It may not seem huge, but every bit counts, right? Anyways, now simply switch back to your other cards, card set and skilling equipment and take your sample. As you might have noticed, I don't own every piece of equipment or upgrade I've mentioned, but by following these steps, you should get close to the maximum amount of logs possible for you. Now, it's just a matter of repeating this process for all log types. Remember that this is the optimal way to sample logs, so if you think a step is too much, feel free to skip it. The easier steps are often the ones that have the most impact on your sample size anyway. But I'll make sure to include a checklist of all the steps in the description for quick reference. But with all that said, thanks for watching, and remember to leave a thumbs up if you found this guide helpful, and subscribe if you want to see more Idleon guides like this. In any case, have a nice day, and I'll see you in another video.